Good evening and welcome to another exciting night of White Plains Wildcats basketball here from Coach Richard Madden basketball court on the campus of White Plains High School. Tonight, the Wildcats take on the Anniston Bulldogs, always one of the premier teams in the area. I'm Grady Sample alongside Jim Jacobs, ready to bring you all the action tonight. And a little bit different than we're accustomed to seeing this Anniston Lady Bulldogs team come in, Jim. They played some tough competition early on, but coming in off of a blowout loss a few nights ago, and that's unusual for this program.
Yeah, Grady, and I'm afraid the wrath of that might fall on our girls tonight because you know Eddie Bullock does not like to get roughed up, and to say that they got roughed up at Ramsey the other night would be an understatement. It was probably a running clock in the fourth quarter. I mean, the numbers were that big.
It was an 80-some-odd to 20-some-odd total the other night, and you don't hear this Anniston team getting beat like that very often.
I don't know that I've ever heard of it.
I don't think I ever have either.
Ramsey must be darn good.
They must be to pung that kind of beating on Anniston. Now, when you look at the White Plains Wildcats, we saw them here on Thursday night last week, and they got a tough, hard-fought win over the Ohatchee Indians, and that moved the record to 500 on the season. So early on, I saw a lot of fight and a lot of grit and a lot of determination out of this girls squad here at White Plains.
Yeah, and that's how they're going to have to win basketball games. You know, I was talking about, thinking about what I was going to say to get us into the game tonight, Grady, and when you look at the first ASWA poll of the season, here's our region, okay, on the girls' side. Number 4, Hoax Bluff.
Wow.
Number 9, Cherokee County, who we saw Friday night.
Sure did, yeah.
Good basketball team.
Very good basketball team.
Number 10, Jacksonville. We've got to play 3 top 10 teams in region play. And, oh, by the way, number 3, Anniston's here tonight.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong schedule.
Who made this schedule out?
I don't know. Coach Randall got to be kicking himself on that right now.
Oh,
right?
Boy.
But I'll tell you what, you're not going to find this team coming into any of these ball games unprepared and not well coached.
No, that absolutely. And, it just – you're going to have to win some of these games off nothing more than sheer determination, Grady, because most nights there's going to be more talent on the other side of the floor. I mean, let's just, lay the hay where the goats can eat it, White Plains is going to have to win with hustle. Coach Randall's going to have to out-coach some people. And, it's just going to have to be a night or two here or there where you win one that you probably shouldn't if it's going to be a positive season.
Well, the one thing that they have certainly going in their corner, and I was impressed with this the other night, and this is a hallmark of any Coach Chris Randall coach team, and that is defense. They played very solid, very disciplined defense all night long.
Well, I think Coach Randall got really solid minutes on the defensive side of the basketball from Jordan Sabri. She had a great game the other night, forced at least 4 turnovers that resulted in points for her club. And another player that I thought looked really good was Jocelyn Harris.
Yes.
She made some baskets down in the paint, Grady, that a year or two ago she would have missed the shots. You can tell her confidence level is higher. Ryan Chandler has done a nice job transitioning to what appears to be is going to be the point for her in the season for White Plains. So they're just going to have to continually to improve throughout the season. But, hey, that's why you play 20, 30 games a year, because none of this matters. None of this matters come the first week in February.
That's absolutely correct. You just got to get better as the season goes and be ready to peak at the right time.
You play the first season to play the second one.
That's correct. Hopefully we'll see this Wildcats team improve as the season progresses. We're going to grab a timeout. We'll be back. Get you set for White Plains and Anniston coming up here on the Friday Night Network.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
District 40 State Representative K.L. Brown would like to take this opportunity to wish the White Plains Wildcats the best of luck. K.L. Brown is your conservative Republican voice in Montgomery, working hard to make sure that state government is doing its best for everyone in the district. Brown chairs the Children and Senior Advisory Committee while serving on the Agriculture and Forestry and Economic Development and Tourism Committees. As a longtime area business leader, K.L. Brown uses the common sense and leadership skills learned over the years to be a steady, conservative Republican voice for the people in the district. Good luck, Wildcats, from State Representative K.L. Brown.
Serving Calhoun County for over 30 years, Crawford Office Supply offers selection, convenience, and low prices. Choose from a wide variety of office furnishings featured in their huge showroom. With savings of 50 to 70% off scratch and dent items. You'll find it all from pens and paper to janitorial supplies at Crawford Office Supply, including on-site printing, all backed up by unmatched personal service and free delivery to local business. Crawford Office Supply, 301 South Layton Avenue in Anniston. Remember, buy local, it matters.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Back here to White Plains High School, getting you set for White Plains and Anniston coming up tonight from here at Coach Richard Madden basketball court. Grady Sepp alongside Jim Jacobs with the call, and this will be the first of what will be a busy week for us here on FNN.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the game tonight, then Thursday night, our first basketball coaches show. And boy, we've got a couple of good guests lined up for this one. Sherodrick Smith is going to make the drive up from Winterboro. He coaches both the boys and the girls like Coach Randall does here. And then Coach Torrey Brown, the varsity coach for Anniston, is going to join us with a couple of his kids. So we're going to have some quality basketball coaches to get things kicked off for us Thursday night, and a full plate of wings. So you can't beat that at Struts in Oxford. I hope you'll come out and join us, especially with the Christmas parade being changed to Thursday. So about the time that's over, we'll be ready to talk some hoops.
Absolutely. It'll be a full night in town in Oxford on Thursday night. Looking forward to that show. And then, of course, we get back to basketball again on Friday night. We're down in Winterboro for the showdown. Talladega County Central and Winterboro getting together.
Yeah, and their gym's about half the size of this one. I mean, you are, I'm telling you, man, you're in for a treat Friday night. It is something else.
Are we going to be able to hear ourselves call the game?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's probably going to be one of those scenarios. And then, of course, on Saturday night, everybody's ready to see Deontay Wood, the player of the, he is the guy in Calhoun County, really in the state of Alabama this year. He's already committed to the Crimson Tide, but he's been hurt, so he hadn't played much this year. So we're going to see him at Anniston on Saturday night with his Sacred Heart teammates, and, of course, that ought to be a good one as well.
Yeah, those two teams have had some memorable matchups, especially that championship game in the county tournament a couple of years ago. Go down in history as one of the best ever. And
then, of course, on Monday, we're back here for Cleburne County, and I believe it's Jacksonville Tuesday?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so full next 7 or 8 days is going to be pretty jam-packed with basketball here on FNN.
When do we get a few nights off?
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's not a few, that's one.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. We're just about ready for the starting lineups, and we'll get girls action underway. And, of course, you talk about a team that plays for every second of the ball game. Anniston has always been that type of team under Coach Eddie Bullock. Coaches them every second of the way. And, again, over on the other side, one of the best in the business, Coach Chris Randall, taking over the girls this year. So doing double duty with girls and boys here at White Plains.
Folks that have followed us for a long time, Grady, can remember very well the time I was interviewing Coach Randall down on the sideline, and he got a technical foul going into halftime during an interview. Well, he almost got one tonight sitting down on the floor here during the 9th grade game. He went ballistic over a couple of calls. He was talking to the ref. I said, now, wait a minute, Chris. You're not coaching. You can't get a technical here. But he did everything he could to try.
We could be in for a treat tonight.
Yep. He's wired tonight.
Well, he's coming off a loss. He and Pops lost a little bit of a match here on Sunday.
He doesn't take that as tough as he does when things go on out here.
No, Pops does, though. Pops will be laying in wait now after that. But we have a good time with that. And he'll be intense. He always is. It's a lot of fun to watch him and a lot of fun to watch his teams play. And we're about to do just that here as the starting lineups have been introduced. And we are ready to rock and roll here at White Plains. Always a fun night when the Bulldogs come to town and you have a chance to watch them in action against the Wildcats. And,
you know, there's a handful of nights throughout the season, Grady, where your team gets a measuring stick. This is one of those nights for White Plains on both sides of the basketball. Both these teams from Anniston are going to be really solid. And, of course, on the girls' side, you know you're playing a team that's got a chance to be in Birmingham in March.
No doubt about it. Landry Bussey will jump at center for the Cats, and Jordan Johnson or actually make that Tiana Jackson for the Bulldogs. Opening tip controlled by the Lady Bulldogs on a drive it to the hoop, lay it up and in. And the first basket belongs to Montegia Clemens.
And here comes the pressure. This is going to dictate what kind of game this is going to be for White Plains. How well can they handle this Anniston press? Oh, she got backcourt there and they didn't call it.
They do get to Hannah Dyer now, and she will work it over here on the side. Tight man-to-man defense employed by the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah.
A hallmark of this team.
Got to move against this team. You got to keep moving. Somebody's got to move to get open.
And the passing lanes are always narrow. You got to really put something on every pass throughout the ball game to even pass the ball.
Yeah, everybody's covered up. Ryan Chandler was covered before she ever even got the basketball there.
And there's a near turnover. Jocelyn Harris tracks it down. Come back out now to Dyer, and Hannah will move it over to the right wing.
Everything is contested. Even a drink of water is contested.
Everything. Dyer dropping it off to Harris. Not even close to a look yet for a shot. Ryan Chandler passed on one there, and the ball slapped out of her hands and taken away. The steal there by Vieira Edmondson. Quickly back up the floor now. Jordan Johnson will make that Montegia Clemens that had it. Now they come over to Johnson. And inside, Foster going to miss the layup. Tania Foster with a miss. The rebound for Chastity Nelson. Quickly out to Ryan Chandler, and she'll hand it back to Nelson. Fires up a three. That one's no good. The rebound underneath for Harris. Goes back up strong over Foster. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound underneath claimed by the Lady Bulldogs.
Much better trip that time for White Plains, Grady. They got a good look, just didn't get it down.
And the drive along the baseline and the foul. Montegia Clemens with the strong drive, and she'll get to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't seen out of this White Plains team yet this year is somebody being able to step up and knock down a three a few times when it's really needed in the basketball game. Hope to find that tonight.
Chastity Nelson picks up the personal, her first, team's first as well. Now Clemens, who had the opening bucket for the Bulldogs, misses that first free throw. She'll have one more coming up.
There you see her name up on the screen, the senior for Coach Eddie Bullock.
And she is 0 for 2. Jocelyn Harris will grab the free throw or the rebound off the misses. And here's the backcourt pressure again. Chandler gets it up to Nelson, and this time the Wildcats will get it across midcourt fairly easily. If any of it's easy against this Bulldog defense. Dyer quickly down to Harris. Going inside, Landry Bussey backs her way in, off the glass, won't go. Dyer fights for the rebound, can't control it though, and it is going to be out of bounds off of the hands of the Lady Bulldogs. Clemens had a shot at it, couldn't get it.
Good job, though, getting it inside, Grady. Got to count on Landry Bussey to be able to post up and make those.
Jocelyn Harris checks out. Jordan Sabri in for the first time tonight. Dyer looking to get the ball in. Now comes out to Bussey on the wing. And Landry will come back to Dyer. Spots up off the glass.
Got
Good.
it. I don't know if she meant to or not, but we'll take it.
Yeah, ties this one up at 2. Here come the Lady Dogs. Foster outside. And back to Dudley. And now she'll drop it off for Edmondson. Dudley gets it right back. Goes inside to Foster. Spins. Going to draw the foul on the inside. And that's going to be on Jordan Sabri, her first personal, team second. And that's a tough matchup inside with Tania Foster.
Oh, yeah. She's got size.
She does. First free throw for Foster, in and out, won't go. And the second one. Off the mark as well, then Sabri clears that rebound.
What's Anniston, 0 for 4 so far from the stripe?
Yep, 0 for 4. And Coach Bullock won't be happy about that.
Not at all. He's not generally happy anyway.
Not during the game. One of the more interesting guys to sit and talk to in the business.
Absolutely.
One of my favorites as well. Dyer.
I don't call him Slick Eddie for nothing.
There you go. Dyer with the miss from three-point land. The backside rebound pulled down by Clemens. And Clemens going to take it down the lane hard off the glass. No good.
Out of control there.
Yep. And here come the Wildcats.
And I think we're about to see her subbed out.
Indeed, we are. Inside for Sabri. Kick it back out wide open as Chastity Nelson puts up the three. That won't go, and Bussey fights for it, but Foster comes out of there with it.
White Plains has had 3 good looks with threes, Grady, and hasn't dropped a one. Somebody's got to be able to step up and hit those for us.
Clemens puts it inside. Turnaround for Kiana Montgomery won't go, but we've got a whistle and a foul, and I think that may be on Jordan Sabri. If it is, it'll be number 2.
You know, I was talking to Coach Randall after the game the other night about Jordan, and he said, you know, would like to start her, but she gets in foul trouble so easy that I feel like we need to bring her in off the bench just to prolong her ability to stay in the game.
Yeah. Kiana Montgomery makes the first free throw for Anniston of the night. Good to see Ari Rosario back in the lineup. She wasn't able to go the other night. Sabri will check out with 2 personals. So as you just talked about with the foul trouble, she's out of there with foul trouble here. And we're only halfway through the first quarter.
She's spectating.
Substitutions for both teams. The second free throw was no good. And the tie up underneath. Bussey had it tied up underneath it. Is going to be a foul in there on the Lady Bulldogs. Their first of the night. That one will be on Jordan Johnson, her first. Hannah Dyer will check out. Into the ball game now is Lily Ponder, who showed a tenacious streak the other night. Like the way she plays the game.
Yep. It kind of runs in the family.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
And drop it off now. They beat the pressure. Nelson will have it. Bring it back around to Ryan Chandler and go back to work. Picks up the dribble inside to Bussey, looking underneath for Rosario. And Ari puts up the shot off the glass too hard. Bussey tried to keep it alive, but it's going to be retrieved underneath by Montgomery, and the Lady Bulldogs have it another time. Anna Garrett now in the ball game. Going to drop it off for Dudley. Alicia Dudley into Foster. Backs it in, shot up, and good for Tadia Foster, her first 2 points of the night. And the timeout taken by the Wildcats. They trail 5-2. It's Wildcat basketball on the Friday Night Network.
Welcome to Calhoun County, Alabama, your natural attraction. We have invigorating outdoor activities, amazing cultural sites, mouth-watering food, and southern hospitality, all wrapped into one amazing vacation destination. Whether you're looking for a relaxing overnight getaway or for a one-of-a-kind escapade, Calhoun County boasts an incredible selection of outdoor recreational opportunities. Calhoun County is the natural attraction, centrally located between Atlanta and Birmingham, with plenty of fun and memories waiting to be made. Come to Calhoun County, Alabama, a natural attraction.
Back, White Plains will have it out of the timeout now, trailing by 3, largest lead of the early in this ball game for the Lady Bulldogs.
I'm sure I just jinxed them by saying what I said coming back from the break, that we've done a nice job with the press.
There you go.
Yeah,
yep, but Anniston unable to hang on to it. Alicia Dudley could not save it.
Wound up in Coach Randall's hands.
Yeah. Chastity Nelson will check out. And into the ball game now is Callan Martin for the first time tonight. Chandler has it double teamed back there. She's going to move it, turn around, drop it back off for Ponder. Has trouble tracking it down now. They've got to move it forward, and it's taking time. Now they finally open
it over.
Yep, they do. Martin's got it. And Ponder kick it back outside for Ryan Chandler. Spots up for 3. Good.
There you
go.
And that'll back that pressure off quicker than anything, Grady, if we can knock down 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, it would help. Well, Garrett with it, going inside, tipped away and retrieved by the Lady Bulldogs. Trapped over in the corner, now they get it out. A near steal for White Plains. Dudley will get it back inside to Garrett, and now Garrett will reset the offense for Anniston. Dudley over on the right wing, coming down for Jackson.
You know, his first impressions, Grady, is Anniston just doesn't look as comfortable handling the basketball as in years past.
Yeah, they've had some folks graduate and replaced tonight, so it's a little different lineup than we've seen. Kiana Jackson will check in now for the Lady Bulldogs.
I think they're missing Miasia Bullock as much as we're missing Shelby Wood.
Yeah, Miasia was quite a ball handler. Working it outside. Here's the three. Downtown. That's good for the Lady Bulldogs from Jordan Johnson. Bulldogs back up by 3 once again, matching their largest lead of the night. Now Chandler in trouble. Going to turn it over. Garrett loses it out of bounds. It'll belong to White Plains.
Got a break there, Grady.
So Ponder will inbound for the Wildcats. And she traveled with it. Yep.
Stepped on the line.
Well, you know, pressure will do that to you. And the other thing, I was just thinking about watching this, it wears you down mentally as the game goes on because you have to be so focused at all times throughout the game.
Yep.
Jackson gets it out to Garrett. Now outside, another three. That one will not go for Johnson. And the rebound claimed by Rosario, and White Plains will go back to work. Drop it off for Martin, and back to Chandler, and back over to Martin once again. Kick it back out for Ryan. Picks up the dribble and double dribbles. Knew it as soon as she did it. Too late to stop it.
It's just a trademark of this Anniston club, and you have to be impressed with it because they manage to do it year after year.
Yeah, they do. Lady Bulldogs going back to work. Dudley going down inside for Montgomery. They'll make that for Jackson now. Kick it back outside. Now go into Kiana Montgomery. Backing it in over Ari Rosario. And the rebound comes out for Anniston. Dudley inside again for Jackson. Off the glass. Good.
Nice work. Coach Randall's going to get a couple of subs in here.
White Plains will beat the pressure. There is Garrett. Callie gets it back outside now, or Martin make that, and that's kicked out of bounds off of Anniston. It'll belong to White Plains on the offensive end.
Jocelyn Harris coming back in the game.
Chandler will get a breather. Also, Ari Rosario out, and we've got Landry Bussey back on the floor for White Plains. Now here's Nelson. Chastity will hand it off for Ponder. Outside, here's Martin with the three. That one's a little too strong, and the rebound on the backside claimed by Kaia Jackson. Pass too tall across the way, intended for Jordan Johnson, and it's out of bounds. A turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. And back into the ball game is Montegia Clemens.
Everybody's got to move. There you go.
Chastity Nelson handing it back to Ponder and give it right back. They play a little pitch and catch back there, and now Ponder working it up the floor, gets it in the front court, spins, and drives down the lane. Dish outside to Martin. Cut off as she tried to penetrate along the baseline. Now goes inside and tip that back outside to her. Callan Martin will pull it back near midcourt. Reset.
Martin doing a nice job.
Yeah. And Bussey has it taken away from behind. Long arms of Jackson. She'll take it all the way. Elliott up, no good. Tipped around and reclaimed by Ponder. Here come the Lady Cats. Ponder's going to push it up the floor, pull up, over the defense.
Got it. Nice, in control. Little soft 7-foot jumper. Nothing but string.
Keep it up, baby.
So now Anniston looks like they're going to be content to hold for the final shot. Amoria Dudley will stand out near midcourt and let the clock run down with 5 seconds to go. Now Dudley will start to move, working against Chastity Nelson, who tips it away, and Anniston will have to inbound with 1.3 seconds remaining. Dudley will do the honors from right in front of the White Plains bench.
This will have to be a catch and shoot.
So now we're ready to go. Get it in. There's the long shot for Clemens. No good at the buzzer. 3-point lead for the Bulldogs after one here on the Friday Night Network.
Life happens everywhere. Like it never even happened, only happens here. The cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro.
Serving Calhoun County for over 30 years, Crawford Office Supply offers selection, convenience, and low prices. Choose from a wide variety of office furnishings featured in their huge showroom. With savings of 50 to 70% off scratch and dent items. You'll find it all from pens and paper to janitorial supplies at Crawford Office Supply, including on-site printing, all backed up by unmatched personal service and free delivery to local business. Crawford Office Supply, 301 South Layton Avenue in Anniston. Remember, buy local, it matters.
Second quarter ready to roll here at White Plains. Grady Sepp, Jim Jacobs alongside. Good first quarter, I thought, for the Wildcats. Spread the scoring around a little bit. Ryan Chandler with 3. Hannah Dyer had a 2, and Lily Ponder with 2. For Anniston, it was Montegia Clemens with 3. Or actually with 2, it was Jordan Johnson with 3. Kia Jackson with 2. Kiana Montgomery with 1, and Tania Foster with a basket as well for the point totals. First miss of the second quarter for White Plains. Anniston out of there with a rebound.
Yeah, Ryan came off the pick, Grady, and really had a layup if she'd have not pulled up for the shot.
And there's another turnover by Anniston as the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, Anniston's ball handling has been suspect at best.
Yeah. White Plains working as always against that press. Coming right up is Chastity Nelson. Good job beating at that time. Well, I'm going to tell you something. This Lady Cats team does not look wide-eyed playing this Anniston Lady Bulldog team.
No, they don't appear intimidated, Grady, and that's something we've seen in the past.
A little hesitation, missing the shot down close. Another miss for the Lady Dogs that time. That one from Edmondson. And White Plains has it back, still down by 3.
Sometimes you just got to get mean, you know.
And the throwaway taken away there by Jackson. Jackson will bring it down. Pull up on the way. No good. Too strong. Chandler fights for it. It's going to be tracked down, though, by Dudley, and she'll get it back outside. Foster with a jumper. Too strong. Jordan Harris, or Jocelyn Harris, will claim the rebound for White Plains.
Good job by Chandler handling the basketball.
There's Hannah Dyer with it. Outside, pulls up.
Somebody's got to get to her, run to her.
Get a 5-second count, get it down low. And Bussey will fire it back in for Harris. Jocelyn picks up the dribble, comes back outside for Nelson. Now Nelson drop it off for Dyer on the wing. Hannah moves with the basketball. Now picks up that dribble again, and it's got to find somebody who's going to get that 5-second call. And now finally, just in the nick of time, gets rid of it.
Yeah.
And now it's kicked and tipped out of bounds. And it'll be Anniston Bulldog basketball. Ponder and Rosario will check back in now for the Wildcats. And back into the ball game now for the Lady Bulldogs is Anna Garrett.
Bussey and Chandler get a little rest.
Also back in for the Lady Dogs is Kiana Montgomery. Out is Kaia Jackson.
You just kind of keep waiting for Anniston to grab a gear here, you know?
Yeah. Clemens trying to feed it down inside. Have to get it right back over in the corner now. She'll lob it down inside. That was a nice entry pass. And the short jumper is good for Montgomery. Now White Plains beats the pressure. Ponder quickly back up the floor. Over Foster, too strong. The rebound underneath. It's going to be pulled down by the Bulldogs. Montgomery with another one. Now fire it down for Foster. Runs the floor well, lay it up and in.
Yeah, best break of the night for Anniston.
They're up, doubled up the Wildcats, 14-7. Here comes Chastity Nelson, picks up the dribble.
Dangerous part of the game right here.
And fought for, saved in, up, standing on the line was Lily Ponder, a turnover for White Plains. So Dyer will have a seat. Callan Martin is back in for the Cats. Anniston with the basketball and a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and the one thing that's so dangerous about Anniston with the way they play press, Grady, is 7 can become 17 in a hurry.
Yep. Outside right now for Johnson. She'll come back up top side for Garrett. Garrett will drop it down along the baseline, going inside once again for Foster. Muscles her way over Harris, can't get it to fall. The rebound put back up, no good from Johnson. Gets it back, puts it up, no good. Harris will claim the rebound for White Plains. Now Martin handling the basketball, gets it into front court for White Plains quickly.
Well, she's not shy.
No, she's not in the steal, and now collision, and everybody hits the deck.
I think she's going to get the foul there.
Yeah.
Kind of got her feet tangled.
And actually going to give that to Lily Ponder, I believe. So that'll be Ponder's first. Team's fourth. Into Foster. Knocked away from behind by Harris. Foster tracks it down. She'll come back outside for Garrett. And now Anniston will pull it back out with Dudley at a reset. Near steal by Ponder, and that frees up Garrett. Shot missed underneath. Put back up, no good by the Dogs. Put back up another time by Montgomery, and still no good, and Harris will claim the rebound.
Boy, I don't know what Anniston's shot percentage is at this point, but it couldn't be very good.
No.
They missed a lot inside the paint.
And now there's another loose ball and a turnover again. Down to Foster, running against Martin. And no shot travel before the shot, so a turnover for the Lady Dogs.
Coach Randall's going to take this opportunity to get Ryan Chandler back in. Needs a little leadership out there on the floor as far as getting that basketball up the floor so you can at least get a look.
Get it in for Ryan. And she's going to bring it right up the sideline. Gets it into front court, no problem. Goes baseline, cut off. Picks up the dribble.
Well, somebody's got to go help her.
And there's a traveling call on Ryan Chandler. Anniston doing a good job there with LaDeja Williams bodying up. And it calls the travel. So now Williams will bring it up the floor. Oh, near walk right there with her. Now she has it knocked away by Ponder. Quick hands, and it's on the floor, tied up. Possession arrow, though, belongs to Anniston.
Good job going after it there, though, by the Lady Cats.
And Coach Randall coaching hard on the bench right now.
Got to get on the floor, Grady.
Now, it'll be a...
Now he's working the ref.
Yep.
I don't know what it's about.
I just don't want him to turn his attention over here. Make sure you call this thing right.
There you go.
Here's Kiana Montgomery, gets it outside the three.
That's pretty.
Is good.
Elevated that thing up in the air, and it looked good from the minute it left her hand.
Dudley with the three-pointer, and now the lead is 10. Double digits for the first time tonight.
White Plains needs a good look this trip. There you go. Take it in there, Jocelyn.
Lay it up, too strong. Tip back out. Anniston's got it. Garrett will make that Dudley right back down the floor. Dudley, nice drop off, and the foul on the shot for LaDeja Williams, and she will go up and shoot two. That's the first personal now on Jocelyn Harris. Team's fifth.
Williams at the line. First one is no good. Have they made a free throw tonight? One. So they're one of about 6.
Yep. That has been lacking with this team so far tonight. Second free throw coming up. And that one's in and out. Won't go for Williams. Now Ponder will fight her way through the double team. And there's going to be a reach-in foul on Anniston. That one's going to go on Vieira Edmondson, her first, team's second. Ryan Chandler and company go back to work. Bussey's got it out at the free throw line. Ponder knocked away from her, trying to rescue it as Nelson, but Anniston's going to have it, and now Nelson does get it back loose. It'll be tied up on the floor, and that one will belong to White Plains. And that gets the substitution for Coach Bullock and gets him out on the court as he's got an injured player. As coming down on a knee.
That'll smart, too.
Yep.
Get down on that wood, and man.
And Coach Bullock will help her off the floor. Injured player there is going to be Vieira Edmondson, I believe.
Unbelievable.
Now Pondered inbound in front of the Anniston bench. Hard to find anybody open. And we get the
Did we get
5 count?
5 count? Thought maybe we might have got a timeout to save it.
Yeah. Well, actually, we got a foul, I believe, called, and that was on Anna Garrett, her first, team's third. So a foul called. A little bit too tight of defense. Got it in for Ryan Chandler, and here come the Wildcats back to work. Gets it back outside for Ponder, and she's going to be fouled. And I believe that one will be on LaDacia Williams, her first, and the team's fourth for Anniston.
Say one thing, Grady. You were right earlier when you said that our girls were not big-eyed over playing Anniston, and they've shown that.
Yep. They much got their heads in the game, fighting for everything they're worth in there. Harris finds Ponder. Lily left alone, top of the key. There's a three.
Got
good.
It. Nice shot.
Lily Ponder with her 5th point of the night. Cuts the lead to 7. Outside three is too short for Anniston that time from Dudley, and with the rebound cleared by the Bulldogs. Jackson will lob it over for Dudley. Dudley going to penetrate, go right down the lane. A little underhanded shot will go.
Wow, what a shot.
Laisha Dudley gets the hoop and the harm. And that one is going to be on Landry Bussey, her first personal. Team's 6th now.
You know, one thing, Grady, I've noticed early is Coach Bullock is subbing early and often.
Yeah, you got to do that if you're going to play that constant pressure. You got to keep fresh legs in there. And, you know, everybody comes and everybody plays for Anniston pretty much most nights.
It'll show up in the 4th.
And the free throw again missed by the Lady Dogs. Jocelyn Harris cleared the rebound. Now Ponder will work it back up the floor. White Plains can go back to work down 9. Nelson, nobody to go to down there. She got down to the baseline and nobody was there. Chandler rescues the ball. Ryan has it knocked away from her, and you're going to get the reach-in foul. And that's going to be on Anna Garrett, and that will be number 2 on Anna. And 5th team foul now on Anniston, as the fouls have kind of mounted a little bit on the Lady Dogs here late in the second quarter.
White Plains going to be shooting free throws here pretty quick.
Nelson takes the inbounds pass. And we'll go back to work. Ponder, little spin move trying to get out of there with it. Now Chandler will operate. Back over to Ponder. Lily going to drive baseline, and she's fouled. And that's going to be number 3 now on Anna Garrett, as she's picked up back-to-back personals.
Like the play of Lily Ponder tonight.
Jordan Johnson will check in again for Anniston, and it's a White Plains basketball. A little confusion there. Ponder, long inbounds pass for Nelson. Chastity. Oh, almost a throwaway there. Ryan Chandler tracks it down, gets baseline, off balance shot, will not go. Rebounded on that backside once again by Kiana Montgomery.
Had the right idea, just rushed it just a bit.
Dudley wide open. Clemens for 3, good.
Got it. Boy, Anniston can shoot.
They can. They've been even really better from the outside than they have the close
inside
range.
stuff, yeah.
So the Bulldogs lead by 12. Ponder. Turnaround, Jay off the glass, the back of the iron, no good. Tipped, and the rebound cleared in there by Jordan Johnson of the Lady Dogs. Yeah. Dudley fired across. Clemens open again. That one's off the mark. Rebounded on the backside by Montgomery. And now the Bulldogs get it inside to Foster another time. And that one's too strong. Harris will clear the rebound.
Kind of think Foster has kind of got the word, if you touch it, you shoot it.
I like that plan. There is a tie-up. It'll belong to the Lady Bulldogs with 24 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Dyer and Rosario back in the game.
Also, Callan Martin will check back in as well.
Down by 12, but White Plains is hanging around.
And down to Foster. Talia Foster will turn around, misses the shot, and the rebound pulled down by Martin, and she's going to have it up the sideline, cut off. Now drives in, throws up the shot at the buzzer, won't go. After one half, Anniston up by 12 over the Lady Cats here on the Friday Night Network.
District 40 State Representative K.L. Brown would like to take this opportunity to wish the White Plains Wildcats the best of luck. K.L. Brown is your conservative Republican voice in Montgomery, working hard to make sure that state government is doing its best for everyone in the district. Brown chairs the Children and Senior Advisory Committee while serving on the Agriculture and Forestry and Economic Development and Tourism Committees. As a longtime area business leader, K.L. Brown uses the common sense and leadership skills learned over the years to be a steady, conservative Republican voice for the people in the district. Good luck, Wildcats, from State Representative K.L. Brown.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to Calhoun County, Alabama, your natural attraction. We have invigorating outdoor activities, amazing cultural sites, mouth-watering food, and southern hospitality, all wrapped into one amazing vacation destination. Whether you're looking for a relaxing overnight getaway or for a one-of-a-kind escapade, Calhoun County boasts an incredible selection of outdoor recreational opportunities. Calhoun County is the natural attraction, centrally located between Atlanta and Birmingham, with plenty of fun and memories waiting to be made. Come to Calhoun County, Alabama, a natural attraction.
District 40 State Representative K.L. Brown would like to take this opportunity to wish the White Plains Wildcats the best of luck. K.L. Brown is your conservative Republican voice in Montgomery, working hard to make sure that state government is doing its best for everyone in the district. Brown chairs the Children and Senior Advisory Committee while serving on the Agriculture and Forestry and Economic Development and Tourism Committees. As a longtime area business leader, K.L. Brown uses the common sense and leadership skills learned over the years to be a steady, conservative Republican voice for the people in the district. Good luck, Wildcats, from State Representative K.L. Brown.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We welcome you back courtside here at White Plains High School. Grady Sapp alongside Jim Jacobs. The Lady Bulldogs up by 12 here at the break. And in that second quarter, Anniston able to outscore White Plains 12-3. Lily Ponder had the only basket of the quarter for White Plains, a three-pointer. And then for Anniston, they spread the wealth around. Alacia Dudley with 5. It was Montegia Clemens with 3. Kiana Montgomery with 2, and Tonia Foster with 2 as well for the Lady Bulldogs to account for that 12 points. But I know it's a 12-point lead, but I feel like White Plains has played more straight up than any time I've seen them play Anniston.
Yeah, I do too, Grady, and I think it all starts with the fact that they're not intimidated.
Yep.
This is a team that came out here that felt like collectively they could play with this Anniston bunch. I don't know what's brought that on, other than maybe, give Coach Randall some credit here for coaching them up and saying, hey, they slip their sneakers on the same way we do. You look past that, I think White Plains has done a better job handling the pressure that Anniston brings to the game than White Plains has done in meetings past, because primarily it's been Shelby Wood bringing the ball up the floor without a lot of help, whereas with tonight you've seen Ryan Chandler touch the ball, Lily Ponder touch the ball, Chastity Nelson touch the basketball. There's more than one person that can dribble the ball and get the ball up the floor. The one thing White Plains does not seem to have, or it hasn't shown yet, is that one person that's that consistent scoring threat when the ball gets in their hands.
Yeah, that's where you've got to wonder where the offense is going to come from. Nobody's shown the ability to consistently score the ball, and really that's the difference in the ball game. I think as far as ball handling, as far as playing defense, I think they're playing straight up with this Anniston team. They just lack the scoring firepower.
Well,
right
and
now.
I mean, let's also put it out there where it is as far as Anniston goes. They haven't played well at all. They haven't done a great job, handling the basketball. They've missed a lot of close-in shots, in the paint. They've been woe at the free throw line. I think they've only made, one free throw?
Yes,
so
that's correct.
I mean, the score could be a lot different than what it is, and if those are things that Coach Bullock, I'm sure, is talking about to his girls right now down in the locker room.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Both coaches have some areas they want them to come out and play better in. We'll see which team is able to do that coming up here in the third quarter. That's just third quarter. That's just a few minutes away. We'll grab another timeout. We're back with more coming up here from White Plains High School on the Friday Night Network.
Step into the offices of J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA, where you'll find professional one-on-one service for business and individual clients. In this ever-changing tax and economic climate, you can count on receiving the expert advice you need. J. Britt Middlebrook works hard to provide every client what they need to meet all deadlines. Tax season will be here soon. For all your accounting service needs, call or stop by at 1913 Berry Street in Oxford. That's J. Britt Middlebrook, CPA.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Serving Calhoun County for over 30 years, Crawford Office Supply offers selection, convenience, and low prices. Choose from a wide variety of office furnishings featured in their huge showroom. With savings of 50 to 70% off scratch and dent items. You'll find it all from pens and paper to janitorial supplies at Crawford Office Supply, including on-site printing, all backed up by unmatched personal service and free delivery to local business. Crawford Office Supply, 301 South Layton Avenue in Anniston. Remember, buy local, it matters.
District 40 State Representative K.L. Brown would like to take this opportunity to wish the White Plains Wildcats the best of luck. K.L. Brown is your conservative Republican voice in Montgomery, working hard to make sure that state government is doing its best for everyone in the district. Brown chairs the Children and Senior Advisory Committee while serving on the Agriculture and Forestry and Economic Development and Tourism Committees. As a longtime area business leader, K.L. Brown uses the common sense and leadership skills learned over the years to be a steady, conservative Republican voice for the people in the district. Good luck, Wildcats, from State Representative K.L. Brown.
We're just about set for third quarter action here from White Plains. A 12-point lead for the Anniston Lady Bulldogs after that first half of play. A little bit of a late start tonight because of a ninth grade game that was played before the B team. So keeping me up well past my bedtime tonight.
We hadn't talked a whole lot about Saturday.
No, what's Saturday? I'm more upset about Sunday than I am Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I kind of thought you might say that.
I mean, you go and have another game that you don't show up for, 3 of them now in the season.
And you get a raise.
$7 million a year.
Not too bad.
For 7 years.
Yeah, I was talking with somebody about that today in town, Grady, and I really think that it was kind of a knee-jerk reaction on the part of Auburn. You know, without an athletic director in place, I kind of feel like that they probably thought that, well, what are we going to do that'll be better than what we got? So, you know, hey.
Well, it is what it is now.
And I mean, you know, I've seen pros and cons on both sides of this. All I can say is it's not a move I would have made.
No, I don't really see that you did enough to earn that much. And if you know, I would have.
Hey, you got to be in the mix every year to earn that kind of money.
I agree. And it's kind of just getting around now. It seems like salaries are just paid in general.
Yeah.
Whether they're in the mix or not.
Well, and the question, you know, the fine print on this deal is what's going to be the cat's meow, so to speak, is, you know, what's the buyout going to be? So,
well, I'm kind of wondering how much is guaranteed. This is like Jimbo Fisher got $75 million guaranteed from Texas A&M.
They basically can't fire him.
No, they cannot. So there's word that maybe that's the case with Auburn, that the majority of that's going to be guaranteed money.
Yeah, and if that's the case, I'd be really anti making that move.
Yeah, they may prove me wrong. I hope he does. All right, we're underway, ready to go back to basketball. Dyer with it, got to get rid of it, and hasn't got anybody. There's a 5-second count. Another one of those.
You've got to move to the basketball. I mean, you know, that's what Coach Randall's preaching from over on the bench over here.
Oh, double face rub.
Yep. You gotta move. I mean, you can't just stand there.
And he's telling them take a football handoff. Just move and get the ball. Anniston, their first look at it here on offense in the third quarter. Foster and company go back to work. Just going to kind of move it around the perimeter right now. Looking for the opening.
Good defense right there.
Yep. Nelson almost with the steal.
White Plains, man-to-man, of course. Trademark of Coach Randall. Hates zones.
Oh, yeah. And
there's a turnover.
There we go. Hannah Dyer going to get it back up the floor. Pulls up. Come back outside. Chandler alone for a three. Good.
Got it. Boy, nice shot from Ryan Chandler.
And a nice way to start the third quarter for White Plains.
Needed that.
They're close to within 9 points now. Get the open look off the turnover. And
there's a nice rub. She had a shot but didn't take it.
Going inside for Foster. Harris over the back. And that's going to be on Jocelyn Harris. That was a pretty easy one there coming over the back.
Yep.
First personal of the third quarter for White Plains. Second personal on Jocelyn Harris. That'll get Jordan Sabri back into the ball game. Remember, she had those 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Didn't really get to see much of her. Be nice to see what she can add to this defense. And there's a turnover. That's what she can add to the defense.
Yeah. She plays so well defensively for us.
If she can just stay out of the foul trouble.
Yeah, got to keep her from getting in foul trouble. Boy, a bucket this trip, Grady, back-to-back buckets would be big.
It would be. Have not had that tonight to this point. Bussey will touch it going inside. There's Sabri. Turnaround off the glass, too tall, and fights for it, but Foster will come out of there with the rebound. Bulldogs back to work. Outside look for Clemens. Nope, too strong, and the rebound cleared by Chandler. And here come the Lady Cats. Ryan Chandler handed off to Dyer. White Plains will go back to work. Down by 9. Jordan Sabri fighting hard, double teamed in there, gets rid of it to Bussey. Couldn't handle the pass, it was a little low. And back to work, Anniston after the steal. Clemens with the off-balance shot will not go. White Plains will get it.
That's not going to be a shot Coach Bullock's going to be very happy with.
There's Nelson outside.
She walked.
Thought she was going to make the shot, then just changed her mind, and that created the travel. So Anniston will have another look at it. Dudley will walk it up the floor. Clemens goes inside for Foster. Spin around over Sabri. No good. Sabri fights in there for the rebound on the miss. And a good job on the inside for Jordan Sabri. Nelson takes the pass back over to Chandler. Come around to Dyer, and Dyer will move with it. Cut off by the defense there. Sabri's got it right down the lane. Bounces it back outside to Nelson. Fires up the three. Good.
Got it.
Cassidy Nelson.
That's her first one of the year, I think.
Yeah. So here is White Plains getting back in it, down by 6 now on the strength of 2 threes to start this third quarter. Foster's got it, backing it in. Over Sabri off the glass is good. Timeout taken by Coach Randall and the Wildcats. They trail by 8 here on the Friday Night Network.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Welcome back here to White Plains. After the Wildcat timeout, Coach Randall did not like the way they got the ball in on that last possession, so he wanted to talk about it. So now the Cats will work, of course, against that full court pressure. Have to inbound it and get it all the way up. Throw it up the floor this time for Sabri, and now Chandler will get it.
Boy, Sabri is athletic.
Yes, she is.
She's quick. Good hands.
Yep. She's got it in the lane. Back out to Nelson. Blocked. And rebounded and picked out of the air by Kiana Jackson. Inside to Foster. Working against Sabri. And there's the foul on Jordan. And the basket is good for Foster.
Yeah. Now Jocelyn Harris is going to check back in, and I'm sure Jordan is headed over for a little seat time.
Yep. Picks up that third foul. Good few minutes there. And, you know, if you're Anniston, that's a smart move.
Yeah, they're just going inside saying, hey, we're going to beat you from the post because you can't stop us.
And you're also going against Sabri, who you know has got 2 fouls. Give her the third, get her out of the game. Nelson open for 3. Good.
Got it. Chastity Nelson lighting it up.
And the Wildcats within 7.
I like it.
Inside to Foster, tipped away by Harris. Foster retrieves it, then fires it inside, and the easy basket that time for Jackson, and she knocks it down.
Coach Bullock's going to get a timeout.
So he's not happy with the way things are going. Timeout on the floor. It's the Wildcats basketball on Friday Night Network.
Griffin Laser Engraving in Lincoln is your authorized local dealer for personalized Yeti products. Get your Yeti customized for your team, a business, or a special event. Your color, graphics, even photos. At Griffin Laser Engraving, we make it the way you want it. Order just one or hundreds, and you'll find a full line of Yeti coolers and accessories on hand, even the hard-to-find items. Nationally recognized, but right here at home in Lincoln for quality awards, trophies, powder coating, and personalized Yeti items, Griffin Laser Engraving.
Coach Richard Madden basketball court out of the timeout. The basketball belongs to the Lady Cats. Full court press from Anniston. Here we go.
And here comes Ponder. Lily Ponder in, loses her balance. And I don't know.
She just fell over her own 2 feet.
Yeah, just tripped. And Anniston, and the foul going to be on Anniston as the charge is called. Good job getting back by Lily Ponder, or actually by Chastity Nelson, who's just having a heck of a third quarter.
Yeah, she doesn't want this quarter to end.
That personal goes against Jordan Johnson, her second personal.
Got to get it in. Got to get it in. Go to the ball.
And they got it to Bussey now. Here's Nelson back to work. And Chastity Nelson comes all the way down, get it back out to Chandler. Ryan moves with the basketball and hesitates and travels.
Oh, Coach Randall's hot.
Yes, he is into it.
Played well tonight, Grady. I mean, they really have.
They have. I've been very impressed with the way they have handled themselves.
And, of course, you know, in the region they're in, they're going to have to play well.
They will. Yeah, they've got
to even be in games.
Tough competition. As you said, we saw Cherokee County a couple of nights ago, and that's the next opponent for the Lady Cats is a trip up to Center, Alabama to take on the Cherokee County Warriors.
All I can say is take the best running shoes you got.
Yep.
Because when the shot goes up, they're headed the other way.
They are. Here's Foster, moves with it. Off the baseline, that shot's good.
Oh, she did that with so much confidence.
And that is her 6th point here in this third quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. She's had a big third quarter. Ryan Chandler carried the ball. And kind of got it on her hip. Carried the basketball, so the turnover.
Bulldogs will take it over here pretty much right in front of us.
Coach Randall has an incredulous look on his face that wasn't a foul coming up the sideline.
She was bodied up. Guess who's got it?
Foster again right through a double team and gets the shot to fall. 8 points in the quarter now for the Lady Bulldogs.
Boy,
Tanita
Coach
Foster.
Bullock is drinking from that well, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He found something that works. Likes that matchup down on the inside, and it has extended the lead back to double digits, a 13-point game for the Lady Bulldogs after White Plains had cut it to 6. Bussey gets it down to Ponder, baseline, back outside for Chandler. Ryan has her travel before the foul. So another turnover for White Plains.
Not been a good quarter for Ryan Chandler.
Coach Randall.
Of course, Coach Randall saying she's being fouled.
Yeah. There's a lot of bodying up going on.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
They are. They are.
Which we prefer.
Yeah.
You know,
really.
we'd rather not see 25 whistles, you know.
Absolutely. Outside look this time for the Lady Dogs. That one will not go. Foster is right there to get the rebound. Powers back up, misses it. Gets it back
again.
and hacked on the arm. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. And she has been a one-woman wrecking crew here in the third quarter.
Boy,
for
she
Anniston.
sure has.
Let's see who they get on the foul this time.
You know, the U has the chain.
Yeah.
Eddie needs the construction hat for Foster because she is putting in the work.
Yes, she is. And she misses the free throw. Wholesale substitutions right now. Sabri, Dyer, and Rosario back in. Nelson, Ponder, and Bussey will have a seat. Also, Callan Martin coming in the game. And Ryan Chandler will get a brief rest here. Now Foster's second free throw is good. So the officials blow the whistle, and Foster will get a breather. I think she's earned a little bit of a rest. 9 points in the quarter. Here come the Wildcats. Working against that full court pressure. Martin has it out near midcourt. Give it over to Rosario. Ari will move with the basketball. And White Plains doing all the work well outside the shooting range right now.
Yep. Everything being contested.
Yep.
There it is.
Sabri go in strong, puts up the shot, blocked in there and pulled out by the Lady Dogs.
If she'd have went just a step quicker, Grady, I think she'd have had a layup.
And the layup on the other end is for the Lady Bulldogs. Dudley with that. And now Anniston has extended that lead to 16. And now Hannah Dyer brings it up the floor for White Plains. Picks up the dribble, comes back out to Martin. Going to move with the ball. Cut off. And needs to get rid of it. Needs some help. Now Hannah Dyer will rescue that. She picks up the dribble. Got to look somewhere. And now Martin comes back around to get it. White Plains having trouble getting a look at the basket right now.
Everything being contested. Every pass.
And there's a bounce pass inside to Harris. Pump fake. Loses it. Get it over to Sabri. Fouled. Jordan Sabri to the line to shoot 2. Let's see who they get on the personal. That is going to be on Talia Jackson. And her second personal.
Right side of the rim.
No good for Jordan Sabri. Trying to get into the scoring column tonight for White Plains. And knocks it down.
Got the second one.
And now Anniston will hold for the final shot, leading by 15. And Dudley's going to move with it. Jordan Sabri all over her. Dudley going to go right down the lane. And no shot, no harm at the end of the quarter. Anniston leads it by 15 after 3 here on the Friday Night Network.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
White Plains 13-10 in the third quarter, take a 15-point lead. Ryan Chandler with 3 in the quarter, 1 point for Jordan Sabree, and 6 in that quarter for Chastity Nelson for White Plains, giving them the 10 for Anniston. Alicia Dudley with 2 points. It was Kiaya Jackson with 2, 9 points for Tania Foster, 13 for the Bulldogs.
The Foster was the story in the third quarter.
Yeah, White Plains just didn't have an answer for her inside presence in that quarter.
You're going to have to back her in front of her to slow her down.
So the Lady Bulldogs back to work with that 15-point advantage. And Clemens back in the ball game, handling the ball now. Foster's got it. Going to give it up down low. Down underneath for Montgomery. And the wild shot, no good. Rosario with a backside rebound for White Plains.
White Plains just needs a good, solid quarter here, Grady. Just keep getting better.
Rosario with it, outside, moves it, goes down the baseline. Outside look for Bussey, puts up the shot too strong, rebound cleared by the Lady Dogs. That is Montgomery with another rebound for Anniston. Come back outside for LaDacia Williams. And they're going to swing it over for Johnson. Hand it off for Foster in the corner and back up. And Anniston taking their time. They have the 15-point advantage. They don't have to be in a hurry here. Of course, boys action coming up next. That'll be the nightcap tonight.
Yep.
Outside look is buried there. From outside, Montgomery opens the scoring for Anniston here in the third quarter.
I think Montgomery's going to be Coach Bullock's outside threat this year.
Yeah.
Nice soft stroke.
And Martin almost loses it, saves it, gives it back to Rosario. Ari will move with the ball. Hand it over to Martin. Here's Dyer, drop it down. Martin's open, 3-ball from the side pocket, no good. And the rebound by Montgomery, and she'll quickly get it out and ahead to Williams. Lay it underneath for Foster, misses the easy layup. That's the first thing she's missed the entire second half.
Really?
I think she was too open.
That happens.
Yep. And now White Plains will go back to work. They throw it away. The turnover for the Lady Cats. So White Plains down by 17 now.
Just a little pitch and catch here.
There's a steal. Chastity Nelson anticipating. Layup is good.
Nice work. Good job, Chastity.
So that cuts the lead back to 15 for Anniston. Clemens will come over to Williams. And now Clemens again. And Anniston just sitting out on the, camping out on the perimeter until they see a way to get it inside.
Yeah, they're looking for Foster to work loose, Grady, and they're just willing to stand out here and hold the basketball. Trying to spread White Plains out now.
And just kind of running some clock right now. It's not really a stall. It's just we're not in a hurry to score.
Yeah. There's Foster.
Yep. And we get a whistle, and
she pushed off, I guess. She pushed off with the arm?
I guess so. Actually, they're going to call that on. Yeah, on Tania Foster, number 44, her first. Yeah, there we go. Now we got the 44 posted. We had a 4, and I didn't have a 4. Got a 4 squared. Here's Ryan Chandler. Handed off to Jordan Sabri. Shot too strong, draws the foul. Still go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, Grady, this is not one that's going to go in the win column tonight, but this game is going to go a long way toward the Wildcat season, I think.
Yeah, that is a big plus for the Cats, I think. I would call this a progress game.
Exactly.
And a confidence builder, and to be able to say, hey, we can hang in here and do this with the best. And Jordan Sabri
had some players step up and knock down some big threes. There's another takeaway.
Tied up. It'll belong to White Plains.
Good work by the ladies.
Now, Ryan Chandler gets it in. Now get it back to Chastity Nelson, and here come the Cats. And in the front court quickly.
She almost turned that thing over.
Ooh, Ponder's quick as a cat. No pun intended. And there it is, turned over and tied up. It'll belong to Anniston on the tie-up. So Lady Bulldogs have it, leading by 14 as we are past the halfway point here of this one.
Boys action coming up, of course, Thursday night. Hope you'll join us for our first coaches show for basketball of the year at Struts.
Shot inside, won't go for Jackson, or make that for, yeah. Jackson gets it to follow, though. And
did you say Buffalo nachos?
Yes, sir. Buffalo chicken nachos. What are you talking about? Ooh,
Mrs. J says they have great steaks.
They do. I've had the ribeye a couple times there. Fantastic. Everything I've had's been just
It's hard to go wrong at Struts.
Yes, it is.
When Jake and I get there to set up, they have sweet tea and fried dill pickles waiting on us.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You can't beat that. There's a turnover for White Plains.
And we got it back. No.
Anniston hangs on to it, and now we get a timeout taken by Coach Bullock. Talk it over. Bulldogs lead it by 16 here on the Friday Night Network.
Tom Young and all the attorneys of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington are some of the most experienced and respected attorneys in the area. Their firm specializes in personal injury, insurance fraud, workers' compensation, Social Security disability, real estate, and corporate law. The law firm of Young, Wolstein, Jackson, and Whittington. Call them at 256-235-2240.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
District 40 State Representative K.L. Brown would like to take this opportunity to wish the White Plains Wildcats the best of luck. K.L. Brown is your conservative Republican voice in Montgomery, working hard to make sure that state government is doing its best for everyone in the district. Brown chairs the Children and Senior Advisory Committee while serving on the Agriculture and Forestry and Economic Development and Tourism Committees. As a longtime area business leader, K.L. Brown uses the common sense and leadership skills learned over the years to be a steady, conservative Republican voice for the people in the district. Good luck, Wildcats, from State Representative K.L. Brown.
Fourth quarter action continuing here from White Plains High School out of the Anniston timeout. Bulldogs will have the basketball, and it'll be Dudley inbounding, and she's going to lob it down, and a nice save going up and getting it, but then a travel. And the turnover committed by the Lady Bulldogs. That was Kiana Montgomery.
Let me tell you, Grady, Landry Bussey caused that turnover because she bodied up against her and she shuffled her feet. Good defense there by the Cats.
Now get it in just in time. And Ponder will work it up. Chastity Nelson has it now in front court for White Plains. And it back out. Ponder's going to fire the long three. That one's short and an air ball. It'll be Anniston basketball. A little bit outside of range.
Yeah, I think she thought she was closer than she was. That wasn't an ideal shot choice.
So the Lady Bulldogs have it once again. And they'll stay around the perimeter.
I think you're just going to see Anniston work it around.
Yeah.
Try to get it in Foster's hands. Although they've got her posted out high right now.
Yeah, they're just not in a rush. They're just kind of
there she is.
Around. Now she's in the lane. Turnaround off the glass won't go. Bussey will clear the rebound for White Plains.
Coach Bullock telling them to run back.
He wants hustle on every play.
Yes, sir.
Bussey into the lane. Picks up the dribble. Yeah, just shoot the ball. There she goes. No good. Nelson saves it for White Plains. And the Wildcats will reset the offense. Landry Bussey has her shot blocked. And out of bounds off of Landry Bussey. The block that time by Montgomery. Fresh legs in right now for the Wildcats. Ryan Chandler's back in. Hannah Dyer. Also Callan Montgomery. And R.A. Rosario back on the floor right now for the Lady Cats.
Lots of minutes for just about everybody on the bench tonight.
Yeah. You got to have everybody when you're playing a pressing team like Anniston. And we're going to get the foul from, well, we're going to get the timeout taken by Coach Bullock. Again, he didn't like something he saw, so 30-second timeout here on the Friday Night Network.
Serving Calhoun County for over 30 years, Crawford Office Supply offers selection, convenience, and low prices. Choose from a wide variety of office furnishings featured in their huge showroom. With savings of 50 to 70% off scratch and dent items. You'll find it all from pens and paper to janitorial supplies at Crawford Office Supply, including on-site printing, all backed up by unmatched personal service and free delivery to local business. Crawford Office Supply, 301 South Layton Avenue in Anniston. Remember, buy local, it matters.
Final minute 32 coming up from here at White Plains in girls action. And then we'll be ready to hit the nightcap action with the boys getting underway here. And going inside, Foster working against Rosario. And she is tied up, and it belongs to White Plains.
Yeah, she traveled. Good defense there by the Cats.
Yep. Kind of reached in there and double teamed her from the backside. That helped.
It takes about 3 to stop her.
I'm telling you.
She's
a force.
She's a big girl.
Dyer picks up the dribble.
You cannot pick up your dribble there, Hannah.
And Coach Randall wants the timeout to save the possession.
Had to save the possession.
So he does, and now he's going to do a little coaching. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it as well here on the Friday Night Network.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome to Calhoun County, Alabama, your natural attraction. We have invigorating outdoor activities, amazing cultural sites, mouth-watering food, and southern hospitality, all wrapped into one amazing vacation destination. Whether you're looking for a relaxing overnight getaway or for a one-of-a-kind escapade, Calhoun County boasts an incredible selection of outdoor recreational opportunities. Calhoun County is the natural attraction, centrally located between Atlanta and Birmingham, with plenty of fun and memories waiting to be made. Come to Calhoun County, Alabama, a natural attraction.
Three-pointer for Hannah Dyer is no good out of the timeout. Ryan Chandler gets the rebound and get it back into Jordan Sabri. Bounce it back down to Rosario. Ari with a shot will not go. Foster will clear the rebound. And the Lady Dogs have it now with 50 seconds remaining.
Coach Randall applauding the effort here, Grady.
Absolutely. Good hustle shown by the Lady Wildcats all night long. And a good night defensively. I mean, Anniston under 40 points right now. You don't see that very often.
You know, and if you take Foster out of the equation, what's that been, about 10, 11 of those?
13 tonight for her.
And it looks like Coach E's going to take the air out of the clock now.
Yep. Don't have to score again. And lob it over for Garrett, and Garrett's going to drive down the lane. Shot off the glass will not go. White Plains. Ari Rosario will have it with 2 seconds. Ryan Chandler, and that's it. Anniston will win it tonight by the final of 39-23 over White Plains. And for the Wildcats, it's only 3 points in the quarter, but they hold Anniston to only 4 in that fourth quarter. So
it's
good job.
I tell you,
defensively.
Grady, this was a good game for the girls. You know, it's not a win, and I know everybody wanted to win, but you know, we've done games where Anniston run us out of here before.
A number of those, yes.
Yeah, and this was a competitive basketball game. Proud for the girls, proud for the effort. Can't wait to see the guys and see what they have for this, what will be a quality Anniston boys squad under Coach Torrey here in just a bit.
Yeah, Coach Torrey Brown coming up with that, so it should be a fun matchup. That'll be our next telecast coming up in just a few minutes. Again, our final tonight, the Bulldogs winning over the Wildcats here in girls action, boys action coming up next here on the Friday Night Network.
Has been an exclusive sports production of FNN, the Friday Night Network.